Okay, laugh it up. I don't care. Laugh it up, whatever. But I just know that I would have been my own crush when I was 11 years old, and that's enough for me, okay? Everyone who signs up will win a free Rose suction toy with their order. Bellesa is a bi-woman company for all things sexual wellness. Bellesa's mission is to empower everyone to embrace, explore, and celebrate their sexuality. The Rose toy is in fact world famous. It literally blew up on TikTok, and everybody and their mom is talking about the Rose toy. It has 10 suction modes, splash proof, rechargeable, has suction, and silent but yet so deadly. Oh my god, it's the air vibe. Dual stimulation, G-spot and clit stimulation. It literally comes in the most discreet packaging ever. And of course, waterproof, rechargeable. Now don't let the cute case fool you. This one packs a punch. The Pebble. How cute. Suction and vibration controlled independently, ergonomically built to fit in the palm of your hand. And no annoying patter modes. If you know, then you know. Flutter vibe, hello. Dual stimulation, G-spot and clit stimulation. Simulates the experience of a human tongue, but with added precision, mimicking the sensation of oral pleasure. I mean, do I need to say it again? The most discreet casing ever. And once again, waterproof and rechargeable. Empowered by discreet Series technology. Oh my god, my heart beats for you, Thump Thump. The Thump, a toy that does it all. Vibrates, suctions, and thumps, duh. Designed to be the de facto replacement for all external clit stimulating vibes. It utilizes Bellesa's improved pleasure jet technology. Your heart will thump for the thump. Anyway, make sure that you all sign up with the link in my description so that you can win a free Rose suction toy with your order. Thank you, Bellesa, for sponsoring today's video. All right, let's make one thing very abundantly clear. This video is not about Justin Bieber's mental health. I got a lot of comments recently being like, oh my god, please explain Justin Bieber's crash out. Oh, you mean like a human being who is potentially having a mental health crisis? Oh, okay. I'm not gonna do that. So this video will obviously touch on mental health, but this is more about the timeline of the relationship between Selena Gomez, Justin Bieber, and Hailey Bieber. I've been thinking about making a video like this for quite some time because it is heavily requested, and there is also quite a bit of lore. However, I feel like there's also a very valid and important discussion to have because of a video like this about catfights, pitting women against each other, and letting men slide with their wrongs. So here's the video that is based heavily on the timeline because it can seem pretty muddy. And hey girl, I can't cover it all. I would be here all fucking night, okay? I got a family to feed. Gotta put dinner on the table for my fucking cats. Mommy's gotta be the butcher and the baker, the home and the family maker, okay? November 2009. Hailey and Justin Bieber meet at the Today Show. A young 14-year-old Hailey was introduced to Justin Bieber backstage at the Today Show. Thanks to her dad, you may know him, actor Stephen Baldwin. Brothers to Alec Baldwin. Yeah, that Alec Baldwin, December 2010. Paparazzi catch Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez having a little date at IHOP. Remember when it was called IHOB for like 2 seconds? Anyway, so they were spotted cuddling at an IHOP in Philly. Oh my god, go Philly. The public freaks out. Selena is 18 years old, Justin Bieber is 16 years old. At this point, he is such a heartthrob, like the biggest in Hollywood. And Selena Gomez is a booming pop star and very, very popular on the Disney Channel. Now Selena Gomez shuts it down and she's like, it was just pancakes, okay? However, the fandom does not buy it, okay? People are on to them. People are on to Jelena before Jelena was even on to Jelena. But then January 2011, Justin and Selena are spotted kissing in St. Lucia. At this point, Jelena starts regularly trending on Twitter. And this is like my generation, Gen Z's, first like mega pop star couple that we have. Of course, we had Zach and Vanessa, but a lot of people who are still in the Gen Z era are still a bit too young to have remembered Zach and Vanessa, which is fucking crazy to say anyway. You guys should have been there. You guys should have been there. It's crazy. February 2011, Jelena makes their official red carpet debut. Selena's in a red gown. Justin has a little red pocket square. Fan edits start exploding. I remember when I was on Tumblr, when these photos dropped, it was a really big fucking deal, okay? Now, mind you, Hailey Bieber, before she was Hailey Baldwin, it feels weird to even say now, because at first when she became Hailey Bieber, I was like, Hailey Bieber doesn't sound right coming out the mouth. Hailey Baldwin doesn't sound right coming out the mouth. Hailey Bieber was just a teenage fan on Twitter before she was the Hailey Bieber. And so she was very, very publicly, vocally Team Jelena. This is her holding an M magazine of Jelena on the front cover. I used to read M magazine all the fucking time, and J14. I would sit on the floor of my local Redner's, which is a grocery store. While my mom would shop, I would try and read as much of the M magazine and J14 as much as possible because that shit was expensive. I would buy one every once in a while, but most of the time I would just sit there and try to get all the information as much as I could in like the 25 minutes that I had. So old tweets from 2011 and 2013 show that Hailey is a big Jelena fan. Some highlights include, Selena Gomez is so cute, don't argue, bye. As well as, I'm for sure 100% team Jelena. This is similar to when Billie Eilish has that famous comment from like 10 years ago when she commented on something on YouTube. It's like, I'm definitely team Justin Bieber. I think it was a Justin Bieber versus Taylor Swift video. She's like, I'm team Justin, but she spelled team T-E-E-M. Like, okay, homeschooled. I love Billie Eilish. I love her. But a lot of fans see this as irony, like with these tweets resurfacing and maybe even some foreshadowing to the later Hailey versus Selena narrative. Like, how do you go from being a Jelena shipper to then marrying the J in Jelena himself? But above all else, Hailey was always a believer. I too was a believer. I bought his first CD at Justice. That was the only thing I could afford. Who the fuck can afford an $18 camisole when you're like 9? November 2012, after 2 years of an intense relationship between Selena and Justin, they break up for the first time. April 2013, Selena Gomez drops Come and Get It, and the lyrics scream, oh, it's about Justin. When you're ready, come and get it. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. And then a few days later, Justin Bieber posts a throwback sultry photo of Selena Gomez and then deletes it. Oh, is this a power move? Oh, is he like playing with her head? Like, what the fuck is going on? The believers, however, are watching. December 2013, Selena and Justin are still no contact. However, he does confirm in an interview that he and Selena aren't speaking, but he follows it up by saying, I still love her. But then January 2014, Justin gets arrested for a DUI in Miami. At this time, he was also accused of egging a neighbor's house, and the world was basically seeing the first spiral for Justin Bieber because he had this like very squeaky clean image, and he was like the boy next door, and like everybody loved him, and like Ellen just wanted to play with his hair all the fucking time on her show. Like everyone's mom knew who Justin Bieber was. So when Justin Bieber was going through something, everybody was like, oh, this was a little bit unexpected, but also if you've been following pop culture for however long, then it's like also not unexpected. At this time, he also loses custody of his pet monkey. Meanwhile, Selena quietly checks herself into rehab for lupus treatment. Now the tabloids are like, oh my god, it's because of the breakup with Justin. Selena Gomez has been very open about her problems with dealing with her diagnosis of lupus. And if you didn't know, lupus is an autoimmune disease. And hey, it affects everybody differently. I do want to point that out, okay? Whenever Selena Gomez talks about symptoms of her lupus, there's just hundreds of comments of people being like, well, my aunt has lupus and that's not a symptom for her. Good for fucking you. Oh my god, what do you want me to do about that? Like, autoimmune diseases and diseases in general look different in everyone. So just wanted to make that very abundantly clear. July 2014, Justin happens to fight Orlando Bloom in Ibiza. Rumors swirl that it's about a fight over Miranda Kerr, which is Orlando Bloom's ex, which happened to be linked to Justin at the time. But then also rumors that it's potentially about Selena Gomez. November 2014, Justin unfollows Selena. Do you know where you were November 2014? I was a sophomore in high school. After Justin dates several supermodels, Justin is suddenly seen spending some more time with Hailey Baldwin. And the two deny that they're anything more than friends. And also around this time, Justin unfollows Selena on Instagram. December 2014, Hailey Baldwin tells E! News that her and Justin are just friends and have known each other for years. But people notice that they happen to spend New Year's together. Justin posts a black and white photo of the two and says again, this is my good friend. I'm super single. Crazy ass post to post, but you know what? It was 2014. That is a crazy thing to say. He's like, hey, I'm still fucking available, supermodels. Don't worry about it, okay? These two have had a digital footprint for a very fucking long time, okay? December 2014, a Dubai trip for the girls. Or was it? At the end of 2014, Selena decides to go to Dubai with the girlies. Gigi Hadid is there, Kendall Jenner, Kylie Jenner, some other friends, and Inu covers it. They're Instagramming, they're beautiful as ever. Literally, Tumblr's dream girls are all vacationing together. However, behind the scenes, Jelena was unraveling. 2 months prior, Selena Gomez drops her song The Heart Wants What It Wants, a song pretty much confirming that things are done with Justin. Again, she tweets other cryptic things like, sometimes we think we aren't good enough, but then I realize when I think I'm alone, I have God. She also leaves Paris Fashion Week early alone, even though she and Justin went there together. So people see the Dubai trip as like a nice fun trip with the girlies to like lift her spirits, spend the holiday with her, until fast forward to about 10 years later, where now the public sees this trip as something different. Because in February 2023, when there was TikTok drama between Selena and Hailey, you probably know about and we will get to, fans are combing through old events, and one TikToker posts a theory saying, what if the Jenner sisters invited Selena to Dubai on purpose to get her out of the way so that Hailey could have alone time with Justin? And the wild part is that Kylie Jenner saved the fucking TikTok because that shit's public.
There to the right is a video I made in October about like 4 months ago, And I remember Kylie Jenner had saved it.
So it's like, okay, was this an admission of guilt? Did she think that this was funny and just wanted to save it, come back to it later? Who knows? But the creator of the video said she most likely saved it by accident. But it was too late, and that's why Kylie Jenner's name was trending again within this situation. Obviously, the theory is not confirmed and is just a theory and rumor. It does line up with Hailey's timeline where she says that they didn't start to get romantic until she turned 18, which she turned late teen in late 2014. And early 2015, there were dating rumors about them, even though they were insisting that they were just friends. So Dubai Gate is just simply a conspiracy theory, but people treat it as though it is like a canon event and that it is proven that it is part of the story. And this is where people see it as Selena Gomez losing her friends, because she's no longer spotted with Gigi Hadid, Bella Hadid, Kylie Jenner whatsoever, all of which who are very good friends with Hailey. April 2015, Justin and Hailey crash a prom together. So they crash a random California high school prom, like, okay, cute. However, late 2015, Justin Bieber is then caught on video serenading Selena Gomez with the song My Girl at a Beverly Hills hotel.
Yes, you say what can make me feel this way, my girl.
It's literally like the scene from Barbie when all the Kens are pulling out their guitars on the beach, but nobody knows if they're back together or not because he was being spotted with Hailey. So then just a few months later, January 2016, Hailey and Justin kiss on Instagram. Hailey later says that they are not exclusive, but this is the closest thing that we have gotten to a relationship since Jelena had ended. Early 2016 though, they're pretty much confirming their relationship, posting vacation photos together, attending events together, kissing on Instagram. Hailey though insists he's about to go on tour. Relationships at this age are already complicated. So their romance pretty much ran from around January to August of 2016, but then ended abruptly. And then Justin started publicly dating Sofia Richie, which caused a whole different internet problem, which even ended up with him unfollowing Hailey on Instagram. Hailey speaks on this in 2020 and reflects on this and says, "Our lives seem to be going in very different directions. It was a good thing for the two of us, very healthy." But while it appeared that Justin had moved on and even apparently got back together with Selena, Hailey, according to sources, didn't let this go quite so easily. In 2018, a report from Page 6, a source claimed she was super obsessed with him. Justin was trying to get back with Selena. Hailey wouldn't date other guys, wouldn't give other guys the time of day. The same source alleged that Hailey started leaning into her faith publicly, possibly in an effort to reconnect with Justin on a spiritual level. So fast forward to 2021, Hailey is on the Good Faith podcast, and Hailey says, "We always knew that if we ever got back together, it would be the intention of getting married." She even admits she thought it happened later in life, saying, "I didn't think I'd be getting married at 21. And God was like, yeah, that's really funny." So basically their relationship simply only took a pause in 2016. But August 2016, Justin and Selena get into it on Instagram. Justin posts a picture with his new girlfriend, Sofia Richie, you know, like the Sofia fucking Richie, and his fans harass her in the comments. So Selena jumps in and tells Justin, "If you can't handle the hate, stop posting pictures of your girlfriend, LOL." And Justin accuses her of using him for attention, which she then responds about him cheating. So then he deletes his entire Instagram account. Spoiler alert, Justin and Sofia Richie don't make it. I know, I'm so sorry. I know this is a really big shock to all of you guys. My thoughts are with you. However, October 2017, Selena and Justin reunite again. Selena Gomez was dating The Weeknd at the time. The Weeknd also linked to Bella Hadid. And days later, she's seen having breakfast with Justin, and then church dates follow. So then we get the November 2017 bike riding photos. Paparazzi catch them bike riding in LA. Like, oh my God, that must be so nice to ride a fucking bike. I wouldn't know. My dad never taught me how to ride a bike because he fucking left. When I told you guys that I was gonna like bring personal anecdotes into my videos, that's what I was talking about. I am bitter. And everybody was like, oh fuck yeah, like Jelena 2.0 is happening and they look happy as fuck. Like, yeah, this is it. December 2017, Justin and Hailey start talking together again. TMZ reports that Justin reached out to Hailey to clear the air, whatever the fuck that means, about their messy breakup and brief relationship. This move was a part of Justin's new open and honest phase, all right? He was like coming in with an open fucking heart, inspired by his spiritual journey through the Hillsong Church. But at this time, Justin was already about a month into the relationship with Selena again. So he told Selena that he had reached out to Hailey, and apparently, according to TMZ sources, Selena did not take it well. The news led to arguments and tension between them and eventually pushed the couple into couples therapy. Now this has some like layered history to it because back in 2015, Justin admitted to cheating on Selena during one of their earlier breaks. Breaks aren't fucking real. I don't give a fuck. A friend recently told me that they want to take a break with their partner. What are we? In high school? Like, end it. One thing about me, I love to see a friend end a shitty relationship, okay? In an an interview with ID Magazine, he says, "We were working out how to be in a relationship. People judging us through the media really mess with my head. There are beautiful women on the road and you're just getting yourself into trouble." So with the trust already being so fragile, Justin was poking the bear. And Hailey never was fully out of the picture. Then a few months later, March 2018, that is when they had their final breakup. They end up leaving a Hillsong church service separately. At first, the split was just framed as a break to heal, to mend. But by the end of March, reports confirmed that it was permanent. A source close to Selena told E! News, Selena realized even though he's made some positive improvements, they just aren't a perfect match right now. Meanwhile, Justin was spotted with model Baskin Champion, signaling he was moving on publicly. Baskin Champion, that is a hell of a fucking name. If that was my name, I would just like repeat it in the mirror all fucking day long. I'm not even kidding. But according to a source talking to People, he was still emotionally tied to Selena. He thinks and talks about Selena all the time. The chapter with her is definitely not finished. The chapter with her is definitely not finished. I don't know. Came out very Trump-like. I'm so sorry. May 2018, Hailey opens up and says, "We're better as friends." In an interview with the Times UK, Hailey Baldwin gets real about her complicated relationship with Justin Bieber. And she said, "Justin and I were friends for a long time. I met him when I was really young and he was one of my best friends." And Hailey also acknowledges the natural shift from friendship to romance in their late teens. Everyone knows that at a certain point it turned into something else, but that just happens when you're 18, 19. It was what it was. She also says, "We went through a long period of time where we weren't friends. We didn't speak for quite some time and there was a lot of weirdness that went on." But she says now things have changed and they have moved past that. She also talks about how she wasn't used to having such a high profile relationship and she realized that they work much better as friends and that he's somebody that I really cherish. Now it's a very mature situation. It's good. So that is May 2018 when that interview comes out. So June 2018, Hailey and Justin are seen everywhere. New York City, Miami especially. Months after just being friends again, Hailey and Justin reconnect in person at a church conference in Miami. Hailey opens up about the moment in a 2020 Elle interview. "We ended up being at this church conference together in Miami. It was the first time we'd seen each other in a while. I remember we were hanging out and I was like, listen, I'm really, really happy for us to be friends again. I want us to be really cool and be friends." But Justin had different plans. He was like, "Yeah, here's the thing. We're not going to be friends." And then Hailey was like, "Oh, is that so?" Just after a month of rekindling their romance in Miami, Justin proposes to Hailey on vacation in Bermuda. Yeah. No, literally a month. That's fine. When you know, like that's awesome. And like when you're 21 and your pop star boyfriend asks you to get married a month after rekindling your romance. Yeah, girl. Meanwhile, Selena Gomez posts an Instagram photo on a New York City yacht named Justine, looking calm and seemingly unbothered. And sources reveal Selena's mixed feelings to E! Selena was surprised an engagement happened this quickly, but not surprised Justin would do something like this knowing who he is. Mind you, they had just ended things just a couple months earlier after being in couples therapy, simply months ago. Yeah, you as an ex would be shocked, but also if you notice that maybe your boyfriend has some erratic and impulsive behavior, not that big of a surprise. However, in a September 2022 interview on Call Her Daddy, Hailey addresses the timeline rumors because that does seem to be pretty muddled, stressing that there was absolutely no overlap between her and Selena's relationship with Justin. She says, "I understand how it looks from the outside. There's a lot of perception there, but that was a situation where I know for a fact that it was the right thing for them to close that door." And she says, "As a woman, I would never want to get into a relationship with someone and be engaged to them and be getting married to them and think in the back of my mind, I wonder if that was really like close for you. And I know for a fact that the reason we were able to get back together was because it was very much completely closed, and that is respectful to me." So later that year, Justin and Hailey get married. They actually have a surprise courthouse wedding first in New York City. In February 2019, Vogue, Justin opens up about his reasons behind their quick decision to marry. The couple was waiting until marriage to have sex. Yeah, they were waiting. Justin was actually more than a year into his self-imposed celibacy aimed at overcoming personal struggles. After 4 months of dating again, Justin realized that he was ready to fully commit and he was ready to get it on. He says, "When I saw her last June, I just forgot how much I loved her and how much I missed her and how much of a positive impact she made on my life. It was like, holy cow, this is what I've been looking for." However, later in 2019, they decide to have a bigger ceremony. Early 2018, Selena Gomez is actually hospitalized. So Selena Gomez was hospitalized due to a dangerously low white blood cell counts as a result of her ongoing lupus battles, according to TMZ. And while hospitalized, Selena actually experienced a panic attack and was later admitted to a treatment center for her mental health. Something that Selena Gomez is pretty open about, which is her mental health, and also a very big mental health advocate. So years later, in her 2022 documentary, My Mind and Me, which I do remember watching, Selena revealed that she had an episode of psychosis during this period, which is absolutely so extremely scary. Psychosis is one of my absolute biggest fears. And as someone who has been hospitalized due to a panic attack, I fully sympathize with her. Her friend Raquel Steven described how severe the episode was. If anybody saw what I saw in the state that she was in at the mental hospital, they wouldn't have recognized her at all. Psychosis can last from days to life, which is completely true. Psychosis is no joke, like at all. I've had people in my life firsthand affected by psychosis, and it is scary to witness and so extremely heartbreaking because there is quite literally nothing that you can do as a person from the outside, and there is no telling how long something like that can last. Rolling Stone's 2022 cover reported Selena only remembers snippets of this time, recalling paranoia and distrust lasting months in treatment, and she was later diagnosed with bipolar disorder and began treatment for it. At this time, Justin is actually photographed crying with friends after church, and later with Hailey Bieber as the news of Selena's condition had spread. But at the time, the public was unaware of the full extent of Selena's struggles because this isn't something that she opened up about until later in 2022 in her documentary. An ET source shares, Selena holds a special place in his heart. Justin spends most of his day alone, took a solo hike to the Wisdom Tree in LA to decompress, and then went to church visibly upset. He was comforted by friends. Above everything, Justin wants the best for Selena. Seeing how her health affects her during their rekindled romance made him understand the seriousness. But also the source shares he has to separate himself from feeling guilty or bad about Selena because it wouldn't be fair to his current relationship, being Hailey. Hailey accidentally follows a Selena fan account, a popular one at that, named House of Cell. But to clear the air, she quickly DM'd the account and was like, I'm so sorry, I followed by accident. But this was a long list of things on social media that people kept tabs on, and people were like, oh, these are not mistakes. And this started kind of the train of they're stalking each other, basically. March 2019, Justin Bieber decides to break his silence online and speak out against the online bullying against Hailey Bieber that she was getting from some fans, especially those who refused to accept their marriage. He writes, I absolutely loved and love Selena. She will always hold a place in my heart, but I am head over heels in love with my wife, and she's the absolute best thing that has ever happened to me, period. And he also writes, you have no idea my life and what's good for me. Hailey is my bride, period. If you don't like that or support that, means that you don't support me, and if you don't support me, you're not a fan nor a good person. But they were setting a boundary pretty early on that fans need to quit it because it was parasocial as fuck with the way that they were talking about Hailey, the way that they were talking about Selena, Justin, literally as if they knew these people first on and knew what's good for him. It's a lot. So April 2019, Justin Bieber sparks fan speculation after sharing a screenshot of his computer desktop in an Instagram story, which shows Selena Gomez's Coachella performance in his YouTube search history. Caught! No, I'm kidding. So Jelena fans immediately accused Justin of Jelena fans, because the Jelena fans still fucking exist. They're not even together, but Jelena fans still exist. So fans immediately accused Justin of deliberately searching for Selena's video to stir drama or keep tabs on her. And Justin says that video of Selena singing Talkie Talkie came up after my wife and I watched my Coachella performance. Obviously, she's gonna be in the related category. It literally was the next video that played. To fans and people who think I'm maliciously starting to start shit, grow up. Meanwhile, Hailey also addresses the online drama to an Instagram story that she later ends up deleting. And she writes, you little internet kiddos need to learn how to move on for real. We're adults and have better things to do than waste time explaining something just so that you can stop your delusional fantasies. I'm not gonna sit here and let obsessive strangers try to tell me about my own husband. You wanna talk about somebody's husband, then get your own. Good night. So like I said, they then have their big wedding in South Carolina. And that was September of 2019. October 23rd, 2019, Selena breaks her silence with her song Lose You to Love Me. In 2 months, you replaced us like it was easy, made me think I deserved it in the thick of healing. And fans immediately were like, oh, I know who the fuck this is about. Obviously, duh. Jelena ends in March 2018, and then Justin and Hailey are engaged by July. Do the math. However, at the same time, Hailey Bieber posts an Instagram story of herself listening to Summer Walker's song I'll Kill You. And fans interpret this as a direct response to Selena. The next day, Hailey publicly denies any connection between her post and Selena's song. She said, please stop with this nonsense. There is no response. This is complete BS. She then later deletes the comment, but of course it is screenshotted, obviously. So then Selena goes on Instagram live and addresses her followers directly, in which she says, I do not stand for women tearing women down, and I will never ever be by that. So please be kind to everyone. It doesn't matter what the situation is. If you're my fans, don't be rude to anybody, please. So then we're in January 2020. Guys, that was 5.5 years ago. Guys, what the fuck? So Selena Gomez and Hailey Bieber got a lot of attention when they were both spotted at the popular restaurant Craig's on the same night although for completely separate reasons. Selena was celebrating the release of her new album Rare, which eventually led to the name of her makeup brand, Rare Beauty, while Hailey was out to dinner with friends, including Madison Beer. Madison Beer being tied to Justin Bieber finding Madison Beer, basically sparking her music career. Despite there being no apparent actual interaction between Selena and Hailey, a fake rumor was quickly spread onto Twitter, alleging that Madison and Hailey had deliberately provoked Selena during the evening. The rumor gained traction after Selena unfollowed Madison on Instagram, leading many fans to believe that there was tension. Madison Beer faced a lot of shit online. That girl already faces so much fucking shit online. And so she wrote on her stories, "These rumors are getting insane. I just had dinner with my friend Hailey of 10 years and that's it. How is that a crime? I love Selena, always have. And I would literally never in a million years try to upset her. This is just mean and unnecessary and nothing happened. It was just a coincidence. You're bullying me for no reason." And Selena put the rumors to rest by publicly supporting Madison, commenting not only on Madison's Instagram, but also refollowing her, writing, "This is disgusting and reading all this. This wasn't intentional whatsoever. I'm so disappointed that people would speak to someone like this. I've known Madison since she was a baby and watched her continue to become the woman that she is. There is no issue." That did not stop the Madison hate train though. And it quickly became sides, like, okay, who is team Hailey? Who is team Selena? May 2020, during the pandemic, Hailey opens up about the pressure of being compared to Selena. On her and Justin Bieber's Facebook Watch series, Hailey took a moment to address a fan's question about how she copes with the constant public scrutiny and the endless opinions people have about the relationship, where she said it's definitely not easy. She explains how Justin understands that she's faced a really difficult time dealing with the comments and comparisons fans and the public often make between her and Justin's other exes, especially Selena Gomez. I got to a point where I'm like, why am I even going to try and go out of my way to set the record straight, where it's really no one's business and it doesn't matter. So Hailey gets pretty candid and vulnerable about how she's affected online, and Justin even comes to her defense with a later Instagram story, which kind of seems to be the theme, kind of how they interact with their fan base. It's kind of like scolding them on Instagram stories. So 2021 Met Gala, Justin and Hailey arrive, and some fans even chant Selena at them. A video shows Hailey looking emotional and rumors saying that she cried, which Hailey says she literally just had something in her fucking eye. So April 2022, Hailey Bieber publicly pleads for Selena fans to stop harassing her. She says in a TikTok video,
"Leave me alone at this point. I'm minding my business. I don't do anything. I don't say anything. Leave me alone."
So like I said, September 2022, Hailey does go on the Call Her Daddy podcast, where she wants to put to rest the Home Wrecker label. She said that he was not in a relationship when we started anything. I was raised better than that. And regarding her relationship with Selena Gomez, she says, "I respect her a lot. There's no drama personally." And this was the first time that Hailey had publicly acknowledged that there is no beef with Selena. And she even reveals that her and Selena have actually spoken multiple times, including after Hailey and Justin's marriage. "Yes, we have spoken. If everybody on our side knew what happened and we're good and we could walk away with clarity and respect, then that's fine." However, while on the podcast, she does subtly suggest that Selena had never publicly asked her fans to stop harassing Hailey, even though Selena had done so in 2019, which basically reignited more discussion amongst fans. And a day after the interview aired, Selena Gomez went on Instagram Live. "I think some of the things that I don't even need to be aware of are just vile and disgusting," basically condemning the abusive behavior towards Hailey. "I just want all of you to know that I hope that you understand that this is much bigger than anything else. I'm really grateful to all of you for hearing me out." So after over a decade of fan-fueled drama, Selena and Hailey are seen posing together at the Academy Music Gala in Los Angeles. People were like, oh, okay, great, war is over. This is like similar to how we felt when we saw Olivia Rodrigo and Sabrina Carpenter seen speaking to each other, or another time they were at the Met Gala and they were like photographed in the background. We still have yet to see like a photo of them together. All you just like want to sing is like war is over, like war is over. An insider spoke to Entertainment Tonight about the encounter and said Selena and Hailey were both super chill together at the Academy Music Gala. They both moved on and are happy in their own lives. They wanted to show the world that there's no beef or bad feelings between them anymore. And this hopefully was gonna put some fan drama to rest, because it's like, well, what the fuck are you still beefing about? Because like they're cool, so like why aren't you cool with it? Like you don't even know these people. Why do you have beef with a relationship that you're not even in? So November 2022, which I still recommend giving that documentary a watch. She talks about her personal struggles with fame and mental health, and she also calls her breakup with Justin Bieber the best thing that's ever happened to her. Everything was so public. I felt haunted by a past relationship that no one wanted to let go of. I feel like I had to go through the worst possible heartbreak ever, and then just forgetting everything at the drop of a hand. It was really confusing, but I just think that needed to happen, and ultimately it was the best thing that ever happened to me. However, Selena Gomez never mentions Justin or Hailey by name in the documentary. Around the same time though, Selena addressed the public conversation sparked by Hailey's Call Her Daddy podcast interview, in which Hailey spoke openly about about their complicated history. And in an interview with Rolling Stone, Selena reveals the emotional impact of hearing such comments. She said, "Somebody made a comment and it involved me, and then for 2 days I felt bad about myself." And although she doesn't mention Hailey by name, people assume that she is referencing that podcast Ripple Effect. And so the Rolling Stone article tries to highlight that something like this before could have haunted Selena's mental health for months, and so how far she's come with her mental health now. And when interviewed by Vulture, Selena says, "Thank you, yeah, it's not a big deal, it's not even a thing," when asked about the photo symbolizing their moving on, Hailey and Selena's. So it seemed like between Hailey and Selena, shit was squashed. Seemed like they were both kind of going with this approach onto social media that it's not a big deal, they're both past it. But then a few months later, in February 2023, a fan points out that Hailey posted then deleted a TikTok with Kendall Jenner lip syncing "God's timing is always right" around the same time that Selena was body shamed for bikini photos. You know the TikTok, it's like, "But God's timing is always right."
I'm not saying she deserved it, but I'm saying God's timing is always right.
Yeah, that one. That was really good, Nicole. Which Selena then replies on her TikTok saying, "It's okay, I don't let these things get me down. Be nice to everyone." A few days later, February 15th, 2023, Selena tells Vanity Fair that she quit other social media platforms due to toxic comments pitting her against Justin and Hailey. At this time, Selena Gomez had also posted on social media that she had accidentally laminated her eyebrows too much, to which then Kylie Jenner and Hailey Bieber are posting stories of their own eyebrows. It's pretty much just like the top half of their faces with the caption, "This was an accident," and fans immediately being like, oh, they're making fun of her, like they're publicly bullying Selena. Which then February 22nd, 2023, Kylie and Selena shut down accusations of Kylie and Hailey shading Selena's eyebrows. Kylie saying that people are reaching. Despite this, the hashtag Team Selena is fucking growing online. February 23rd, 2023, Selena comments facts on a TikTok urging fans to leave both her and Hailey alone. And there's also an old clip of Hailey criticizing Taylor Swift's music.
About a celebrity since Taylor Swift's last album. She knows.
Which then Selena defends her friend and says, "I'm sorry, my best friend is the best." Which then Selena decides to quit TikTok, explaining on TikTok Live that she's taking a break from social media because she's too old for this. February 28th, fans accuse Hailey Bieber of throwing shade again because she posted an Instagram story with the song "Calm Down" by Rima, but notably without Selena's remix version. However, it's very unclear if Hailey actually meant to throw shade because it was a repost. After this, things seem to die down. Selena's Instagram following grows 10 million, making her the most followed woman on the platform. Meanwhile, Hailey and Kylie's Instagram followers actually declined during this period. Basically, all the steps that we took forward as a society a few months back, we have all taken them back because we're back onto Team Selena, Team Hailey bullshit. About a month later, though, morning of March 24th, Selena publicly called for the negativity and bullying to stop, revealing that Hailey had confided in her about receiving death threats and hateful messages, which Selena posted a statement saying, "Hailey Bieber reached out to me and let me know that she has been receiving death threats and such hateful negativity. This isn't what I stand for. No one should have to experience hate or bullying. I've always advocated for kindness and really want this all to stop." Which Hailey then posted her own version saying, "The last few weeks have been very hard for everyone involved and millions of people are seeing so much hate around this, which is extremely harmful. Things can always be taken out of context or construed differently than they were intended. We all need to be more thoughtful about what we post and what we say, including myself. In the end, I always believe love will be bigger than hate and negativity. There is always an opportunity to meet each other with more empathy and compassion." And then in May 2023, Hailey opens up about wanting kids so badly, but getting scared because it's enough that people say things about my husband or my friends. I can't imagine people saying things about a child. Completely valid and true, and it's gonna happen. Like, if it hasn't already happened, it's gonna fucking happen, unfortunately. Just the size of how famous Hailey and Justin are, people will find a way to talk shit on a literal baby. June 2023, Hailey appears on the circuit with Emily Chang to address the ongoing public fixation on her and Selena Gomez, saying, "I don't think that this is about me, Hailey Bieber, and Selena Gomez. This is not about this pitting between two women and division between two women. It's about the vile, disgusting hatred that can come from completely made up and twisted and perpetuated narratives. That can be really dangerous. I want to be able to bring people together. The idea of two women being pitted against each other because of a guy is awful. I hate it since the beginning." August 2024, baby Jack Blues Bieber is born. Hailey Bieber at this time is very active with her company Rhode. Same with Selena Gomez with her company Rare Beauty. And Hailey and Justin are taking taking a lot of privacy for themselves, as they should during like parenthood. However, early 2025 fans noticed that Justin isn't following Hailey on Instagram anymore. Which then Justin Bieber goes on his fucking story and writes in all caps, "Someone went on my account, followed my wife. Shit is getting sus out here." Like, especially with the all caps, it's just reminding me of like Kanye tweets, just like minus the anti-Semitism. So January 31st, 2025, Justin Bieber's rep had to actually come forward and shut down the internet speculation about his health. And his rep wants to say he's not spiraling, he's just working on new music and busy being a new dad, and called 2024 a transformative year for Justin, where he apparently cut off several close friends and business ties that no longer served him. If you didn't know, in 2020, Justin was diagnosed with Lyme disease. In 2023, he revealed facial paralysis due to Ramsay-Hunt syndrome, which basically forced him to pause touring.
As you can see, this eye is not blinking. I can't smile on this side of my face. This nostril will not move. So there's full paralysis in this side of my face.
And in 2019, he also talked to Vogue about how deep his past drug use went. He admitted to abusing Xanax, being super promiscuous, and even there were times where his security had to check if he was still breathing at night. So people are very much so just on edge, worried about Justin Bieber's health, but also kind of creating stories and a narrative around it. March 6, 2025, a creator named Courtney posted a video mocking Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco's recent interview magazine shoot. And the video goes viral, and even more viral when Courtney then posts Hailey Bieber just liked this, even sharing alleged screenshots showing a notification that Hailey had in fact liked the TikTok. And people were like, okay, great, it's happening again. It's literally fucking happening again. Selena Gomez at this point is in a relationship with Benny Blanco, the producer. Hailey Bieber says, "This never happened. This entire story has been fabricated by the content creator looking to capitalize off an old, tired narrative." So March 8th, 2025, Justin Bieber posts a cryptic Instagram story, which worries fans, in which he says, "We have nothing to prove today, just the gift of life today to accept and receive. Nothing is owed to us and we don't owe anyone anything." Selena and Benny Blanco get engaged. And April 2025, Justin Bieber posts a meme which has fans thinking that it's about Selena's engagement. Basically, it's a photo from Lord of the Rings where Gollum holds up the ring, in which he writes girls on social media when they get engaged, which Selena Gomez had just gotten engaged to Benny Blanco like a couple months ago. It's just fucking exhausting at this point. All of you, put down your fucking phones. So summer 2025, Hailey lands a solo Vogue cover because that's a big fucking deal. Hailey happens to sell Road to Elf for $1 billion. And instead of celebrating Hailey's moment and celebrating such a huge achievement, Justin writes, "Yo, this reminds me when Hailey and I got into a huge fight. I told Hailey that she would never be on the cover of Vogue. Yikes, I know, so mean." And I remember reading this and just being like absolutely disgusted. Like, okay, so this is your wife's big moment, and like way to completely shoot her down during a moment of her high. And so a lot of people who feel similarly were like, "Oh, fuck Hailey, you gotta get out of there." I mean, people have been saying it for a long time, which we'll get into. People want Hailey to leave Justin Bieber badly. Not just like Jelena shippers or anything. Like, people who support Hailey are like, she should not be with this man. He does not respect her. But he deletes the caption and then also replaces it with a few emojis. Way to make it about like belittling her and like embarrassing her. Just odd. July 2025, Justin Bieber posts a photo which he's sweaty with the caption, "Detox." A lot of people were very concerned, a lot of the comments being like, "Okay, King, like sweat it out," while other people were like, "Hey, what the fuck is going on? Like, are you okay? Are you well?" And like, this is after months long speculation about his health, his mental health, coming 5 months after his team had to shut down rumors of drug use, literally calling the drug use allegations exhausting and pitiful. The internet just wasn't totally convinced of Justin being in the healthiest spot because there were videos of him smoking weed at Coachella and also on a snowboarding trip. Also, June 2025, a clip of Justin going off on paparazzi happens in Malibu, in which he tells photographers,
"I'm a dad, I'm a husband. You're not getting it. It's not clocking to you. It's not clocking to you that I'm standing on business, is it?"
Which people immediately turned into a fucking meme. Like, I have literally myself said, "It's not clocking to you that I'm standing on fucking business." To which then Justin drops his new album, Swag, in which Hailey Bieber reposts a photo of it in Times Square with the caption, "Is it finally clocking to you, you fucking losers?" So people think like, okay, was this like erratic behavior all a publicity stunt? Is Justin Bieber actually okay? Is their relationship okay? Why is he like publicly embarrassing Hailey? Kind of like, what is happening? What is happening here actually? Like, they're very confused. Basically, threads of different tweets start going around of Justin Bieber treating Hailey Bieber like a piece of shit. The thread is filled with things very validly that like I look at and I'm like, oh my god, if my boyfriend did this, I would dump him immediately. And there's also things that are out of context within it, and it's clear it's just people trying to find any reason to go against Hailey and Justin. Like, for example, Justin Bieber cleaning his lips every time that he kisses Hailey. making Hailey Bieber feel less with like looks that he's giving her. The time that he closed a door on her face when he was leaving a car.
What up, Jay? What's up, Justin? Good morning, Jay.
The time that he skated away from her and she literally fell onto the concrete.
Go, Hailey, don't fall! Don't fall! Oh my god!
The time that Justin made her cry because Selena was there and Justin didn't care about Hailey. The time that Kendall Jenner got her fuck him cupcakes after him making her cry. The time that Justin told Hailey not to touch him sometimes and embarrassed her on live.
Babe, I can't, don't touch me right now.
The time that he yelled at her when she won instead of him and he yells, "Babe, I wasn't even trying!"
Baby, I wasn't trying!
I beat you, accept it!
More recently, Hailey Bieber's first year as a mother and Justin Bieber saying that Mother's Day sucks ass, in which then when Father's Day came around, Hailey Bieber did say Father's Day sucks ass, which is fucking awesome. And a bunch of people were like super excited. They're like, oh my god, this is gonna be the coolest divorce ever. Spoiler alert, they're seemingly fine and okay. The time that he embarrassed her when Hailey was answering a question and he said she was asking me.
But it definitely is, you know, like, it sucks that the tour was postponed.
She was asking me.
There's also a lot of people who think that Hailey and Justin are in an arranged marriage. When he was on the Ellen show with Demi Lovato hosting, he says, looking back now, it was definitely an arranged marriage. They set this whole thing up. Since she was raised Christian, her dad was like, hey, I want to introduce you to Justin and his mom. They have similar values and believe the same thing. We think you guys would be good friends. It was definitely an arranged marriage now that I'm thinking about it. Goodness gracious. People have also said that this is definitely an arranged or at least coerced by Justin's pastor, who has financial ties to the Baldwin family. The Baldwins have been planning this and the truth is slowly coming out. And a lot of people also think that they're only together because Justin is financially dependent on Hailey. Justin Bieber allegedly was on the verge of financial collapse when he sold his $200 million music catalog to Hypnosis Songs Capital in 2022. Justin said, I gotta sell it now, and he sold it in December. That's how broke he was. So on May 28th, 2025, when Hailey announced that e.l.f. Beauty had signed a $1 billion deal to acquire the brand, even though she gets to continue her role as a founder and as the chief creative officer, people thought she has to do this because they have no money, which is not confirmed or denied. And after there was like crickets from Justin Bieber for a little while after the big announcement, people were like, oh, he's not even supportive of her. Then after was posted a photo of Hailey and Justin celebrating her win. Apparently plans about Selena and Benny's alleged wedding have been revealed. According to the Daily Mail, the ceremony is supposed to be this September in California. Honestly happy for her. I think she's doing an awesome job advocating and talking about mental health. Damn, we're all fucking grown up. Everybody's getting married and having fucking kids, my god. After talking about this drama for so long and my brain starting to melt, I feel like it's important that we talk about what this feud has done to us as a society. Basically, this so-called feud is filled not by public tweeting, like not what's happening between Nicki Minaj and SZA right now, or like Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion. Sorry, I'm bringing Nicki into this, but like, hello, she is having feuds on Twitter. The feud between Hailey and Selena is heavily just through like cryptic posts, suspicious timing, and internet detective work, basically, from supposed fans. Were they actually shading each other? Maybe, maybe not. Like, it's all just like one big fucking conspiracy. I saw this really good comparison that basically the comment sections, TikToks, and Twitter threads all seem to be acting out some sort of bizarre remix of a Madonna horror complex. The old Freudian idea that women are either pure and perfect or evil and sexual. So in this case, Hailey being the seductress, she ruined this fairy tale relationship even though it was not a fairy tale. And Selena has openly called it toxic and abusive in the past. And Selena's painted as this like angelic ex who Justin can never top. And it ties into the whole like vanilla wife trend where women paint themselves as the one who got away and criticize the current partner as boring, basic, and unworthy. And basically the Hailey versus Selena narrative has morphed into TikToks like, you'll be his Hailey, but like I'll always be his fucking Selena. Like I will always be the one that got away. The creator Fumi explains it perfectly. It's a coping mechanism. People are hurt by men, and instead of unpacking that, they imagine themselves in these fantasy roles. And if it feels familiar, it's because it is, because we literally did this before with Angelina Jolie and Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt. Except the difference is it's not just tabloids and magazines writing it now, it's everyone and the entirety of social media. Anybody can jump in at any time, making it so easy and accessible to join the hate campaign against whoever it is. Denisha Carter says,
until women have an in-community conversation and address essentially how the mantra of women supporting women has always been conditional, riddled with unspoken caveats that dictate which women women are deemed worthy of advocacy and which are fair game for public scrutiny, and how the ones deemed fair game for public scrutiny are faced with an amount of misogyny from other women that would make a frat house think it has competition, there will be no women's liberation, no female solidarity, nothing. Oh, and all of us should be scared by how easy it is to be deemed deserving of merciless, misogynistic attack. From all, but especially from other women. It is the same misogyny that will come for Selena Gomez in 6 months when you guys decide she's the bad guy again and call a bunch of nonsense evidence she's evil. The same misogyny that will come for the rest of us. I just wrote more about this on default.blog. Go check it out.
TikTok has created an echo chamber of hate, especially towards Hailey Bieber. Basically, the platform rewarding bandwagoning and outrage. The meaner the take, the more outrage that it gets, which incites people to want to post more of that. And somehow through all of this, Justin Bieber is left kind of unscathed. Even though he is the common denominator, he just has to get online about once a year, post a story defending his wife, and then get back to like belittling her in his captions, being like, yeah, I didn't think that she'd ever fucking make it. And I've talked about this in previous videos, but a lot of people are getting driven off of celebrityhood and also social media and are also becoming very like isolated and private. And then we ask why are these people so boring now? Why do these people not open themselves up out to the public? It's like, I don't know, maybe because shit like this happens. I highly recommend the book Girl on Girl by Sophie Gilbert. It basically touches on early 2000s gossip culture. Like I said, it catfights, how women were basically pitted against each other. The obsession of, especially in the early 2000s, of women tearing each other down hasn't gone anywhere, it just is rebranded and looks a bit different. We've seen it before: Taylor Swift versus Katy Perry, Paris Hilton versus Lindsay Lohan, and now Hailey Bieber versus Selena Gomez. And the core of this feud is Justin Bieber. People to this day still say that Hailey had stolen Justin Bieber away from Selena as if he's some kind of fucking prize. He made the active choice and decision to marry Hailey. And although we see many very embarrassing things that we may not agree with that Justin is doing to Hailey, we don't know the ins and outs of their relationships, and they might be so fucking healthy and stable for all we know. Are there a lot of doubts from a lot of us? Yes. But Hailey Bieber is definitely painted out to be this huge villain of this story. That she had this master plan, literally that she organized an arranged marriage with this boy that she had a crush on when she was a little kid. She's been labeled as a stalker, even though she's never publicly disrespected Selena, never publicly said by name in her anything. No shady interviews, no fighting with her, no actual even tangible proof that she dislikes her. It's just all inferenced and assumed from all of this data that everyone's collecting. I've recently gotten some flack, especially in my Doja Cat video, for giving some nuance and empathy when talking about the people that I'm talking about, or that I maybe am glossing over things or leaving things out. However, when I make these videos, I think the most important thing is that when I say I'm chronically online, that means that I will go and search through the depths of the internet to find facts with sources of things that are being reported online and news sources that people are getting their celebrity news from. And I don't like to harp on rumors or speculation, and I make that very clear when I'm saying in a video, hey, this is a rumor or this is speculation. And I differentiate when I say this person said this or their representative said this. And I see the criticism that maybe I'm not being harsh enough, or that maybe I'm seen as defending people when I'm just reading facts or statements from the person that I'm talking about. My goal with these videos is to share lore, because I am obviously very invested in pop culture, celebrity culture. I always have been. Before I am a creator, I am a fan. I grew up reading tabloid magazines, and I don't like the narrative that was spread there. And I think a lot of people are just spreading different stories about different celebrities from word of mouth or from misconstrued stories. Hell, I got so many comments on my Rachel Zegler video being like, hey, I didn't know any of this. Like, I thought she was a raging bitch because I was told she was a raging bitch. I didn't know all of this. And so I want to create these videos to kind of like put a collective of their lore, and you know, you can obviously make your decisions and your thoughts from then on. But I want to lead my videos with empathy and nuance and facts, sprinkled in obviously with my own opinions, my own life experiences. Obviously, I'm going to share if I've been a fan of these people. Hello, I was a fan of Justin Bieber, because I'm human and this is my channel and it humanizes the people that we're talking about. And if you don't want to see that, if you're not really into seeing nuance or empathy in videos, if that's not what you're searching for, my videos might not be for you, and that's completely okay. You don't have to watch them. And there is a reason why I chose to give a little bit less of my personal opinions on things. Sometimes I can't help myself. I hope if you take anything from this video is that these are real people, and the narrator behind basically this entire thing is really just the fans. And I think that's kind of a problem. Much of this feud has started in the bedrooms of people who Hailey and Selena and Justin will never meet. People are sitting on their phones or their computers, literally saying or doing whatever the fuck they want. People with a vendetta against random ass people that they will never meet a day in their life. However, real lives are impacted. And I think with that being said, nuance and empathy is a good thing. And you're not gonna change my mind on that. Also, yeah, that's fucking Trisha Paytas dressed up as Selena Gomez in the fucking blanket. Yeah, she did do that. Also, there's no photo of Trisha Paytas dressed up as Justin Bieber, but that's her dressed up as Zac Efron, which is close enough. Like that wig is, she probably looked up Justin Bieber wig and then that came up. Anyway, please make sure that you like this video if you liked it, because that helps me out so much. Also, leave a comment, anything that you want to add to the conversation. I would love to hear it. Also, subscribe if you want to be nasty. If not, you're disgusting. Also, make sure your bell notifications on so you know every single time I post, or else you're gross. If you want to follow me on my other social media, Instagram, Twitter, Depop, Spotify, it's just at Nicole Rafiee. And if you want to follow me on my TikTok, it's at Nikki Nasty. I'm gonna go now. I just wanted to tell all of you today, I am wearing not only Rhode, but Rare Beauty today. Oh my god. Oh my god, the dichotomy of it all.
We'll do it sometime.